Common Council meeting of Tuesday, March 9, 2021 to order. Please please stand and join us for the pledge, which will be recited by Alderman Boucher.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I think it works better when one of us does it rather than the problems you have when everybody's trying to say it at once with the internet cutting out. Please call the roll.
Alderman Strelchak.
That's an aye.
Here.
Alderman Bushy.
Here.
Alderman Meyer.
Here.
Alderman Hancher.
Here.
Alderman Garrell.
Here.
Alderman Parrish.
Here.
Alderman Schneider.
Here.
Alderman Nurbin.
Here.
And Mayor Worth.
Here. And we have a quorum. The first item of business is a public hearing on an ordinance to rezone Dondas Bay School from R2 to IPS. Do we have a motion to go into public hearing? The first reading was at the Common Council meeting on February 9, 2021, and this has been recommended to you by the Planning Commission. Do we have a motion to go into public hearing?
Move to go in public hearing. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Is anybody registered to speak on this item, Madam Clerk?
No, nobody is registered.
All right, do we have a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion to close public hearing?
Second.
Second.
We have a motion to close the public hearing. All in favor, say aye.
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 And then we are going to take up that matter. Again, it's been recommended and we had a first reading. Is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
So moved. Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Discussion. Yeah, hearing none, please call the roll.
Alderman Strelchak.
Aye.
Alderman Bushy.
Aye.
Alderman Meyer.
Aye.
Alderman Hancher.
Aye.
Alderman Garrell.
Aye.
Alderman Parrish.
Aye.
Alderman Schneider.
Aye.
Alderman Nurbin.
Aye.
The ayes have it. The next item of business is public officials reports, and this will be the rare month where I don't have one, but I do understand that the city administrator has a couple of things to say. Mr. Jones.
Members of the council, just two quick items here this evening. First off, this coming Thursday night, March 11th at 6 p.m., there will be a joint informational meeting with the Mequon Common Council and the 9 other municipal jurisdictions in Ozaukee County to hear a presentation from the Wisconsin Policy Forum on the fire and EMS service sharing study they initiated early last year. The meeting will be a webinar style format with a presentation by the Policy Forum, followed by question and answers from elected officials in attendance from the 10 participating jurisdictions. Earlier today, I sent out a meeting invite along with an agenda for the meeting, as well as an advance copy of the report generated by the Policy Forum. The report will be made available publicly early on Friday, March 12th, after Thursday night's meeting. On Friday, March 12th, the report will also be posted publicly on the city website. And as mentioned previously to members of the council, the Policy Forum is planning to be in attendance at our next meeting in April to review and discuss the report with the Mequon Common Council and to answer any questions you all may have after you've had a chance to read the report and hear the presentation. Lastly, Thursday night's meeting will be videotaped, and I'll be sending out a link to all members of the council after that meeting. So in the event that you're not able to attend, you can certainly watch it at your own leisure. Second point this evening is the upcoming April 6th spring election. on the ballot next month will be the race for the State Superintendent of Public Instruction. There's also a Court of Appeals judge election and a Circuit Court judge election on the April 6th ballot, as well as 3 aldermanic seats here for the city in districts 6, 7, and 8. There are also 3 seats up for election on the Mequon-Thiensville School Board. So several races in play early next month on April 6th. In-person voting will begin on Tuesday, March 23rd here at City Hall and run through Friday, April 2nd, and be held during regular business hours when City Hall is open between 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. On April 6th, Election Day, voters will vote at their regular polling sites, which will be open from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. More information on how to vote is available on the city website under the Clerk's Office webpage.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. The next item is the consent agenda. We have 9 sets of minutes to approve and a first reading. The first reading is an ordinance amending Chapter 82 of the Mequon Municipal Code to reflect current roadway names and posted speed restrictions within the city. Public safety, did you address this evening?
We did address it and it was recommended with unanimous approval.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, and just for anybody watching that does not approve that ordinance, it's simply a first reading. All in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? The ayes have it. The next item is Resolution 3812, which clears the personal property tax rolls of delinquent accounts that have been deemed uncollectible for tax roll years 2018 and 2019. The Finance Personnel Committee recommended this for approval this evening. And just so people know, this doesn't preclude future attempts for collecting if it's deemed that there's a possibility, but it removes them essentially from our accounts payables list so that it doesn't look like we actually have taxes that we could collect that we really will never collect. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Alderman Bushy.
Aye.
Alderman Meyer.
Aye.
Alderman Hancher.
Aye.
Alderman Garrell.
Aye.
Alderman Parrish.
Aye.
Alderman Schneider.
Aye.
Alderman Nurbin.
Aye.
And Alderman Strelchak.
Aye.
And that resolution passes. The next resolution on our agenda is Resolution 3813. This is to have a transfer of funds from the fire department's personnel accounts to the public safety building repairs account. Finance personnel opted to recommend this to you this evening unanimously, but they bifurcated the issue, which means we'll bifurcate it. The first step is a motion to remove $90,000 from the payroll item in the budget for the fire department. That will be the first motion that I'll ask for. And the second motion will then be to add that $90,000 to the repair budget for the public safety building to be used for, or the fire department buildings. Do we have a motion to remove $90,000 from the payroll account for the fire department?
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Alderman Meyer.
Aye.
Alderman Hancher.
Aye.
Alderman Garrell.
Aye.
Alderman Parrish.
Aye.
Alderman Schneider.
Aye.
Alderman Nurbin.
Aye.
Alderman Strelchak.
Aye.
And Alderman Bushy.
And that passes. The next motion I would look for is a motion to add $90,000 to the repair account for the public safety and fire department buildings. Is there a motion to do that?
Move approval.
Second.
I think I heard Alderman Boucher and seconded by Alderman Schneider. Any discussion on that item? If not, please call the roll.
Alderman Hancher,
Aye.
Alderman Garrell,
Aye.
Alderman Parrish,
Aye.
Alderman Schneider,
Aye.
Alderman Nerben,
Aye.
Alderman Strelchak,
Aye.
Alderman Bushy,
Aye.
and Alderman Meyer.
So that passes. The next item is a resolution to extend the city of Mequon's declared public health emergency in response to COVID-19. What did public welfare do with that this evening?
Public welfare was unable to meet this evening.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Due
Public
to-
welfare did not meet this evening because of there was a technical difficulty in the notice for the meeting. So under the ordinances, I have the right to call us into a committee of the whole meeting during any council meeting on any item to discuss this, to have a committee of the whole recommendation to the council. So we are now in a committee of the whole meeting. Questions are appropriate, or discussion, or a motion, whatever somebody would like to do. But we're recommending it to the council. We then will close the committee of the whole, and we will have a council meeting, the council address this. Alderman Boucher.
We had email clarification on this, and I'm just wondering if we can also clarify it here publicly as far as how you had mentioned that anything regarding the parks would be coming up later this spring.
Let me clarify 3 points. Last month we passed a resolution. I think it was last month. It was either last or the one before. I think it was last month. We passed a resolution extending the rules and regulations for the parks for 2021, but agreed that in the spring we would actually bring that forth to the council to address any requested modifications. We absolutely will do that, and we'll have that on the April agenda. Is that I assume that works, Mr. Jones, for the April agenda?
April was the plan. We gave ourselves until May if necessary.
So, I mean, we could discuss it and push it, but yes, we will definitely do that before, and my plan is to have it on the agenda in April so that we've got time to, but if the committee wants an extra month, they can have it, because most events and items in the parks don't really start till Memorial Day. So that's one clarification. The second clarification is that I will definitely have on the agenda in July, and hopefully sooner, but definitely in July, we'll put it on the agenda to terminate this declaration, because I am hopeful at that point that it will be appropriate to do so. It looks like the federal government is talking about how, in the month of May, everybody should be able to get their first vaccine shot. If that's the case, and we're at that point, we should be able, by the July meeting, certainly, to terminate this resolution, or this declaration. And the third point of clarification is that while we are going to go forward, it is my plan, and I believe staff is done the work that's necessary to do this, to start holding hybrid meetings in May. Nobody would be required to attend the May, they can continue to attend virtually, but that would be the first step on the move back to having in-person meetings. I hope that the council, even once we go back to requiring us to appear for hybrid meetings, or for in-person meetings, that would be presumably in August if we cancel this in July or whenever. I would hope that we give the public the option of appearing virtually going forward. I also hope that we, in the next couple of months, address an ordinance that would allow for emergency meetings or perfunctory meetings, if we're just meeting to approve a contract or something, where there wouldn't be public interest, that we could hold those meetings virtually. But at some point, we need to go back to meeting the Common Council and the Planning Commission when we're dealing with substantive public matters, meeting in person. So that is goal going forward. That's all subject to, things not reversing, the pandemic not getting worse, the fact that vaccines will be available, but all signs appear that that's where we're headed. But we still will have the meeting in July. Now, we can opt not to cancel it in July, but we can cancel this anytime that we deem appropriate. So that's the concept. And thank you, Alderman Boucher, for reminding me that I said I'd put that all on the record. Anybody else? Is there a motion to recommend this to the council?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of recommending this to the council, say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? The ayes have it. We now will adjourn back as the Common Council to actually address that particular resolution. Is there a motion to approve?
I move to approve.
I heard Alderman Hancher and I think Alderman Strelchek seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Alderman Garrell,
Aye.
Alderman Parrish.
Aye.
Alderman Schneider,
Aye.
Alderman Nerben.
Aye.
Alderman Strelchek,
Aye.
Alderman Bushy.
Aye.
Alderman Meyer,
Aye.
Alderman Hancher.
Aye.
The ayes have it. The next resolution is Resolution 3815, which is really a companion to the last resolution. This resolution amends the city's COVID-19 emergency medical leave benefits. The Finance Personnel Committee recommended this to you as the Common Council. Justin, do you want to give your 1-minute presentation?
Sure, I can do it again. Since April of last year, the city has had a COVID-19 emergency medical leave benefit for staff previously exempted from the Family First Coronavirus Response Act, and subsequently extended that to all staff once the act expired at December 31st of last year. And before the council tonight are 3 large themes. One, a general update based off experience and recommendations from our Labor Council at Von Briesen to update our policy to ensure the city's intent based off the evolution of COVID-19 employer practices and what's come through their doors at their firm. And then the 2 additions in the policy are to address the vaccine. The first is Section I. Section I would allow staff who choose to get the vaccine to draw upon 1 day of their existing emergency medical leave bank time to use if they experience adverse side effects from the vaccine or from that shot. And then the second section is sets forth the city's plan, the city's intent that employees should endeavor to get the vaccine within 30 days of being approved according to the state plan. And if someone chooses not to get the vaccine within 30 days or starting the vaccination process, that they will not be eligible for benefits under this policy. And the policy does include some language that does allow the city to take into factor pre-existing conditions or extenuating circumstances that may have delayed someone from getting the vaccine, and work with them on an individual basis if needed. And I yield.
Thank you. Good job.
Thanks.
Questions for Mr. Sheneman? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Alderman Parrish.
Aye.
Alderman Schneider,
Aye.
Alderman Nerben.
Aye.
Alderman Strelchuk,
Aye.
Alderman Bushy,
Aye.
Alderman Meyer,
Aye.
Alderman Hancher,
Aye.
and Alderman Garrell.
Aye.
And the ayes have it. The next item is a resolution 3811, which is to approve an annual special event agreement for the Jewish Food Festival for an event in August at Rotary Park. This was recommended by the Park and Open Space Board on February 17th. Public Works, what did you do with this evening?
Thank you, Mayor. We unanimously approved this item.
There were
I would
some
make a-
there were some options that staff presented in the
There were, I apologize. We did go with the staff recommendation for the cost parity with the other Lions Fest and Gathering on the Green. I don't have the dollar amount in front of me at this moment, but that was our recommendation. So it was approximately 3,700.
so it's reduced from the original motion to be consistent with what we approved for the other public events. By the way, I noticed Rabbi Lucian's here. Welcome. Is there any questions regarding this motion? Alderman Meyer.
Is this I didn't read this, it probably is in there. Is this a one-year agreement or is this 3 years or moving forward?
Ms.
1
Levine,
year.
are you here?
1 year?
With renew, they can renew every year.
Yeah, so it is a one-year agreement, but it doesn't have to come back to the council every single year unless we change the policy. That was my understanding. Mr. Geese, is that correct?
That is
Alderman-
correct. So if
Alderman-
they don't propose any changes that would need to come back to as a revision, it would never have to come back to the council level. It could be approved at the Park and Open Space Board, but it would be annually that it would be approved at that board. If they would be requesting changes to or adjustments that would be different ordinance changes or amendments, then it would have to come back to council next year.
And likewise, if we changed policies, we then would have the agreement come back. Alderman, is this a follow-up, Alderman Meyer?
It is.
Okay, go ahead.
Just to, just my concern is that, some of the costs, to the city may go up, and while we really, want to make sure that we help and benefit our residents and our groups inside the city, if the charge for, let's say, the sump goes up, for pumping that, is that something that's built into this? Or we just absorbing that then as we go forward?
Director Lundin or Mr. Geese? I don't care which one of you answers.
Yeah, those are direct pass-through costs, so those would just go up accordingly. If we were to assume $20 more, because of pumping fees, we would just adjust those accordingly because they would automatically adjust it in the fee schedule.
Okay.
That's what I was going
Anything
to
else?
point out, is that
Alderman Durbin, you've been patient.
Yeah, not so much a question, just a comment. I look forward to going. I went a couple of years ago when it was in Vermont Park and the food was fantastic.
Well, I would add it was pretty fantastic when they had the drive-through this last summer also.
I missed that.
Do we have a motion and a second?
I just have a
Is there a
question.
motion? Oh, Alderman Schneider.
This is just a small peripheral interest of mine, but you have a petting zoo at a food festival and it's not close to the food, I acknowledge, but I'm hoping there'll be some kind of signage or a hand washing station, or there have been outbreaks of E. coli and salmonella, et cetera, and there's small children there. Do you have a plan for that?
Mr. Geese? Mr. Geese?
Yeah, that was an amendment to the special event agreement. I kind of noted it's highlighted in green, or at least it was in the Public Works packet. So it's of note to kind of bring up that there was signage and hand washing stations that have to be provided by the applicant or the renter for the event.
That when I was looking through it, or maybe, thanks.
Yep.
Anything else? A motion would be in order.
Move approval?
Is
Second.
there a second? We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Well, no, this isn't expending public money. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Hearing none, this item passes. Rabbi, we look forward to another great event.
Thank
The
you,
next
everyone.
item. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is a resolution 3816, and this is to notify the Wisconsin Department of Transportation of the city's intent to install an eastbound turn lane on Mequon Road in connection with the improvements of the interurban trail and other recommendations. What did Public Works do with this evening?
Thank you, Mayor. We approve this 3-0. And if there are no questions, I would make a motion to approve such this evening.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? The ayes have it. The final resolution is Resolution 3817 to award a roofing contract for the Reuter Pavilion and gutter replacement. Alderman Parrish, I'm guessing you recommended this, but give us your report, please.
There's no report. It was part of the planned capital improvements for the year, and there was unanimous approval by the Public Works Committee. And I would make a motion to approve here this evening.
Thank you. That was your report. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? We do not want our roofs falling in. Please call the roll.
Alderman Schneider,
Aye.
Alderman Nerben.
Aye.
Alderman Strelchak,
Aye.
Alderman Bushy.
Aye.
Alderman Meyer,
Aye.
Alderman Hancher,
Aye.
Alderman Garrell,
Aye.
and Alderman Parrish.
And that item passes. The only other item of business on tonight's agenda is an appointment to the Mequon-Thiensville Bike and Pedestrian Way Commission. Is there a motion to approve?
Move approval.
Is there a second? We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? The ayes have it. And Alderman Garrell, there's one more motion to be made.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
Well, I heard a second. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
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 We are adjourned. Thank you all.